Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so now we have a little clarity is not going to be the word. We got a rumor that is attached to Udoka's name. It's not clarity, because what I want to say is we have clarity as to what's going on, but that is not the case. What we have is the rumors and the hearsay and the murmurings going around of what it is that he's in trouble about. He had some type of inappropriate interaction with an employee. It was consensual. That it was reported and stated in the report that it was consensual. That is important to state, and that that's pretty much what we're hearing right now. So we knew the murmurs would start coming around. It was clear to me once I listened to Woj on ESPN. You could see by his body language that it was something very uncomfortable about this. It didn't seem like the type of uncomfortable where a guy punched somebody or may have said a wrong word. Nah, this is something else was going on there. I can tell by the way Woj was kind of delivering the news that there was more to share, and when we did get it, it would be like, one of those. Okay, so my reaction is same reaction most black people were saying. You really cheated on Nia Long, bro? Seriously? That was the first thing that came to mind. Second thing that came to mind was, okay, I'm relieved because this is not something that's going to get him fired. This is not something that makes me want to fire him. This is not something that makes me want him not to be my coach of my team if for some reason the Celtics didn't want to hire him, didn't want to keep him. Now, granted, me as a Laker fan, I'm cool. We got Darvin Ham. I'm happy. I don't want us to do nothing but keep going forward. But I recognize Ime Udoka is one of those guys that you quickly reassess your coaching situation if he becomes available. You do that. So that's just one of those situations I think most of the league would. If for some reason he becomes available, he will not. Not after we are now becoming privy to what's being floated around out there. It's coming out of everywhere. So I'm pretty much going to use the word assume that this is the news. I'm gonna assume it. You do whatever you want with it. It's nothing to hang your hat on as of yet. But judging by where the information is coming from and how it's coming, it feels like this is what it is. So after kind of dealing with enough of this stuff, a lot of the time you kind of just get a vibe around how the news is delivered, where it's coming from, and the way that it's being delivered. And sometimes the DNA of that type of thing can kind of prelude to it being true or not. So as I continue to go through this process with this channel and find that news, I'm starting to sense a pattern in that way. So we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. Hopefully everything will fall into place for him professionally. Of course, personally, I don't have nothing to say about that. But professionally, hopefully he can get back into a space where this is behind him, completely behind him. This is not the right time for this to be coming out with the team getting ready to begin its season right around the corner within probably like 10 days. So I think another thing about this for me is if I'm the Celtics, and this is an in-house thing, the Celtics, from what I understand in the way the Woj told us the news, it wasn't an NBA thing. Like the NBA as a whole is getting the information just like we are, I guess. And the Celtics have taken upon themselves as a private business to do this, is my guess. That's what I'm gathering, rather. And they're bringing it to the league afterward. So I'm just looking at that situation and I'm saying, well, this ain't the league really doing this. So with that being said, if I'm in the organization, I would rather them kind of not tell anybody. That's what I think is best for my organization if I'm running a team. I don't know what's best for the Celtics. I don't even know what's best for my team, the Lakers. But if I have a business in my team, the way I want to handle this, honestly, is a leave of absence. Ime Udoka is having a personal leave of absence, and we will reconvene very soon. I don't even want the presence of scandal in this. Why? Because Sarver's situation is happening simultaneously. You got the collective bargaining situation looming as well. You know what's coming. got the KD situation and everything that happened with Kyrie and all that down the way in Brooklyn. It's just too much going on. It's too much going on to shine a light on this, in my humble opinion. Now that the information is floating around that what it was that he did wrong, we didn't even need to know this. We didn't need to know this. This did not need to be presented to us like it's about to be some more Sarver type stuff. And so that's what I don't like about the media. This is how they present the information. They could have very, very easily done this a million different ways without all the extra suspense and without all the extra drama. And I know this is an entertainment business, but when you're talking about things that mold a person's character, it becomes a very slippery slope, in my humble opinion. Very slippery. And so this is one of those type of situations. I don't know that one should take the position that he should be protected from his sins, like he shouldn't be exposed or nothing like that. But I'm talking about from the betterment of the organization, the betterment of the association. You just don't necessarily stand to gain anything from this if you're the Boston Celtics. Like, reprimanding the man is one thing. Exposing that you have internal problems is an entirely different thing. And that just doesn't serve you at all. Like, it just doesn't. You're shining a negative light on your team for seemingly no reason. Honestly. Like, certain things, and I truly believe this, especially if it's something like a in-house thing, when you're a public organization and a guy sleeps with a gal or something like that, nobody else should know about that. That's not a press thing. We inside our organization are going to suspend this individual, and we'll do it in-house. You know, or we'll snatch money from him, we'll do it in-house. The public doesn't need to know that unless you're trying to sell a certain thing to us in regards to us knowing that, in my humble opinion. Now, when it comes to Sarver, stuff like that as it pertains to him, saying certain words, treating people poorly, professionally, all those different things, that's different. That's different. But this, a consensual relationship between two employees, I don't need to know about that. I don't need to know about that. The reprimanding, the pass down, the nonsense that comes after that's not something I need to know as a fan of the sport at all. Now, if he's beating somebody up, if it's not consensual, if it's something of that nature, yes. But this hand in the cookie jar type stuff when no money was stolen, come on, what are we doing? And so this is one of those situations where I just say, did they really just do this for no good reason other than to just show that they're reprimanding somebody? Like, it's like the Celtics want to be seen as a team that's cleaning house since Sarver's out there acting a fool, doing whatever he's doing. So we need to show that we're checking ourselves. All you really do when you do that is make me look at you. That's all you're doing. I wasn't looking at you until you made me look at you. Now I'm looking at you. So that I just look at the Celtics and I'm just like, sometimes people do things that they don't need to do, and then they make themselves look suspicious in doing those things, and that's exactly how the Celtics look. Now I'm looking at the Celtics like, okay, well, all right, I don't know why you did that, but I guess you got my attention. What else is there to see? That's basically what you do when you do that, Boston. So I don't know why you just did that, why you just made a huge, big old fuss over an in-house relationship. Like, that is so ridiculously unnecessary of a headache to bring forth to the league in the presence of all these different headaches that the league has. I would be totally irritated with them if I was Adam Silver at this point. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I would be rolling my eyes and irritated. I would be saying, what the hell are you doing, Boston? If you got this issue, then just handle it, fam. Just say the man's gonna be out for 2 weeks. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to involve Woj. You ain't involve ESPN. You ain't gotta involve the presence of words like shuns, having the word shun incorporated, or the phrase shun incorporated into 7 or 8 different words in one sentence. You know, it's like all of that. All that really does to me is just make it look as if you're trying to make Ime Udoka look like a worse person than he actually is for what he did. And like I said, the only reason why you would want to do that is to make it look as if you're checking yourself when really no one's even asking you to do that. So, look, Boston, you guys are my ops as a Laker fan. You know, I don't want to see you guys succeed in any way. But as it pertains to just as a fan of the league and an organization and just wanting to see the league succeed, I really don't know what you're doing. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what you're doing. I have no problem with you suspending the man, reprimanding him. I have a big problem with him breaking rules, and I understand the importance of him not doing what he did. And in most professional settings, there needs to be some type of way to handle those type of things. I myself have been in a situation where I had a relationship in the workplace that went south and blew over into my work situation. Granted enough, I was only 21 years old. Actually, I don't even think I was that old. I was probably like 20 and 19. But it got so bad that we blew up in front of everybody. Me and this person blew up in front of everybody. So, yeah, there needs to be some serious order in place in regards to that for professional situations, I believe. And a lot of companies make you sign things when you have a situation where you're going to involve yourself with someone who's with the company. You need to sign something. And so maybe the Boston Celtics have something like that in place to where, you know what I mean? If you're going to have that type of situation, you got to follow proper protocols. And if he didn't follow that, then he doesn't need to be reprimanded. But that doesn't need to be something that the public is privy to. And if they are privy to it, they don't need to make a big deal out of it like they did here. This was unnecessarily embarrassing for him and his family. If we really want to talk about another way I'm looking at this, we didn't need to know about that. We didn't need to know about that based on who he is and who his wife is and what the situation is. She's a public figure. The Boston Celtics didn't necessarily need to air out that aspect of her life to the public for any reason at all. Now, granted, that's Udoka's fault. That's his fault. He did that to his wife. But the Boston Celtics letting us know about it, that was a them thing. That wasn't a him thing. So, yeah, I don't particularly like that. If I were related to them, I would have a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? My problem would first be with him, but then I would be looking at the way this information is being released, and I'm saying, it didn't have to go down like that. You didn't have to do that. You did not have to do that. So that's where my head stands. That's where I'm at, man. That's just my opinion. You guys can take it for what it's worth. I'm relieved to a degree to know that he doesn't have to be fired. And, you know what I mean? Shame on him for whatever he did wrong, however it goes, if he did anything wrong at all. You know, people have... So, and that's another thing. Let's be clear. Let's be very clear about something on this channel. Just because it appears he had some type of relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean that the arrangement in his marriage makes it so that he did something wrong. That's an assumption, and it doesn't necessarily have to be an accurate one. And we understand that on this channel. So we want to make that very clear as well. For all I know, it might be all right. But even if it is all right, it ain't all right professionally, and it stands just the same. But even if it is an agreement and it's all right, even if they are separated or whatever, that's not information I should have in my head about their family. Whether they have some type of agreement or he cheated or whatever, or if it's nothing or if it's something, I shouldn't know about it. I shouldn't know about it. It's not that serious. That's essentially what I have to say. It's not that serious. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.